Well, greetings and salutations, guys and girls. It's me, the off-grid warrior and ranger. He's up on his perch right next to me. So, okay, down to the wire, guys. I just got my coffee done in time and ran in. Noticed I had 0 time left. I was actually late. So, anyways, good to see everybody here. Let me know if you can hear me in chat, guys. Got to check. How are we with audio, guys? Can you hear me? Let me know in audio. Audio good. Thank you, guys. Okay, we can get down to business now. Who's here? I see the usual suspects are in chat tonight, guys. Thank you, and girls. Thank you for swinging by. I do appreciate it. I see there's a few new names over here. Let's see. Hit Me is a new one. Greetings. Thanks for swinging by. Kevin, good day to you, Kevin. Oh no, I just lost my chat. What did I just do? True story, guys. I just clicked something and my chat disappeared. Hang on. Oh no, it's gone. We have a problem. What did I do with my chat? Oh my goodness, guys. I just lost the chat in my big window. So it's going to be very difficult to read. Boomer tech. I'm not even a boomer, but look at me. Okay, we're going to have to... we're going to have to get close to the screen over here. This is horrible. Actually, bear with me, guys. Let me see if I can fix my chat here. I don't know what happened. Where did my chat go? Oh, no. How embarrassing. Why did it just disappear? Oh, yeah. We're just going to have to make do, guys. Apologies. Okay. Man, here's the other problem. I can't even scroll on my chat right now. What is going on? Sorry, guys. Bear with me. No. So, oh my goodness. This isn't good either. Okay, we're going to have to do it this way. Okay, sorry guys. Kevin's in the house. Good to see you, Kevin. Whispering Vines. Hello, Whispering Vines. Good to see you. Hotel Alpha. Nice to see you too. Welcome. Who else is here? Family Plan. I'm here. The party can start now. Well, awesome. Thank you, Family Plan. Thanks for swinging by. What have we got here, Kevin? Overall good. Spent a lot of time camping and getting ready for cool weather. Well, things are definitely cooling up here, guys. It's, what's the temperature right now? I have it here. It's 42 degrees outside and 65, a warm and toasty 65 degrees inside. So, yeah, I'm pretty comfortable. Let me pop this chat out. I've actually had to go to the YouTube page to read my chat as opposed to viewing it in the software. So I might have to be jumping between the stream software and the actual YouTube page to see chat. So I apologize, guys. A little bit of a goof up. If I try and fix it now, it might take forever. So let me just pop this chat out so I can get it nice and big. Pop chat out. Enlarge. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. Where were we? Kevin's been out camping. Yeah, it's definitely cooling down here too, guys. Not cold yet though. 42 is quite bearable. I remember back in the days when I lived in Florida, if the temperatures hit the 40s, there was a major freak out. Everybody would take their plants that they had outside. Anything that was potted, everybody would bring inside at 40 degrees. That was Florida. Of course, up here, 40 degrees is still warm, so I'm not too concerned. Haven't started a fire yet inside. I did have to fire up the fire outside to do my coffee today, guys. I realized just as I was getting ready for the stream that my propane was running out, and I was putting some food together. So I managed to get the food out, but not the coffee. So I promptly made a fire outside and took my kettle outside to heat some water for my coffee. So that's what I'm drinking now. Good old camping coffee. Okay. What have we got here? Mr. Gas, good to see you. Thanks for swinging by. All here on time, except me. I know I was a few seconds late there, guys. Audio good. Okay. Oh, I see Natal here. Natal, good to see you. Thanks for swinging by. Welcome. Jim, good to see you too. It's nice to see a bunch of the usual folks. I appreciate you guys. And TN Outdoors, greetings. Good to see you. So there's a few names that are back. That's awesome. 56 degrees upstate South Carolina tonight. Well, that's not too bad. Okay, folks. So another true story. I somehow managed to delete some of the video that I'd taken, and I've got two storage methods on my camera. One is an SD card, and the other one is a little bit of memory internally. And somehow, when I started the edit process and pulling videos off the camera, I managed to delete some of my older footage. So there's only a 22-minute video today. I know some of you might be saying, "Oh, thank goodness, we don't have to watch this guy for more than 25 minutes again." But yeah, so the video tonight is 22 minutes, and I cobbled together some of the video that I still had and didn't delete. Must be losing it in my old age here or something, guys. Running out of propane, deleting videos, losing my chat, my stream chat. It's all falling apart. Anyways. So yeah, for those of you who may be new on the sidelines, maybe you're sitting on the sidelines, not involved in chat, that's fine. What I typically do here is, I capture some video of, the off-grid lifestyle up here on the mountain through the week, and I cobble that together, and we get to watch some of my week's activities, not all, because, some of it I have to keep top secret, So I share some of the ups and downs, pros and cons of living like a hermit up at a mountain. So I'll share that video, and if you want to chat or communicate, if you have any questions with what you see, feel free to drop it in the chat. I do watch chat as the video's rolling, and I will attempt to answer any good questions, even criticisms, guys. As you know, I'm a big boy. I can take criticisms, as long as it's constructive, Also, for those of you maybe on the sidelines that don't want to necessarily chat or sign into Google and you want none of that nonsense, I have built a little chat application on my site, offgridwarrior.com/TV. If you want to chat there or be a little more spicy and not have it show up in YouTube, you can do that there, all right? I encourage anybody who wants to be spicy to perhaps chat over there, and I'll be reading it or monitoring it. Maybe not reading it aloud. Anyways, that's the plan. Let me drop that link in here. Oh man, how many times do I have to click on the screen here to get things more confused? Oh, of course I can't do that because I don't have access to chat. All right. Never mind. Let's just start with the video, guys and gals. I'm back on chat now. Maybe while we're watching the video, I can fix the chat. Who else has just come in? Oregon Fur, my forest, field, sawmill, and wildlife. Howdy, Oregon Fur, good to see you. Yes, and everybody listen to Mr. Gas. I'm not the best shiller of my, or marketer or promoter of my channel. So if you can give it a thumbs up, I'd appreciate that. There's just something about, asking you to like and thumbs up at that, yeah, I struggle with. So, but listen to Mr. Gas, definitely thumbs it up. Oregon Fur, retired forensic data recover pro here. If you have done this with the SD card, it could still be recovered. Oh yeah. I'm not too worried. I'm actually running out of space with videos in general, guys, on my hard drive. I had to go through the computer the other day and try to remove video just so I could free up my hard drive. I really need to get one of those external hard drives so I can store video off the computer. It doesn't work well when it's got like 3% of hard drive left. Anyways, so if I lose a bit of video, that's okay. But yes, everything is recoverable. I understand that. And also, anything you may type or share online and you think you're deleting it, it's not deleted. Okay, so let's get going, guys. Let me find the video. I should be able to pull that up. And I'll be watching chat, so feel free to chat, guys, and let me know if you have any questions. Stream video, let's go. And let me know, guys, once the video starts, let me know if audio is good. Thank you. Oh, it's a big day for the ladies. Wait until they... No, Ranger. Hang on, ladies. Hang on. Hang on. Back. Let's go. Get it. Okay. I've done my good deed for the day, guys. Okay, what is today's strategy? Attempt to finish splitting of winterwood. Mall exterior cleanup, and we'll go from there. Okay, let's as I say, get this party started and make a big push at getting wood split and done. Might be time for a new sacrificial log. Okay, this stuff is proving a little tough to split with this splitting axe that I have. What I really need is a maul. Some of this is punky. That's unfortunate. on, buddy. Let's go. Well, greetings and salutations, guys and girls. It's Ranger and me, the off-grid warrior. You better not be rolling in poop again, buddy. Anyways, here we are, one of my favorite little spots just to, lounge around. Every now and again, Ranger and I come out to this exact spot and I chill out. He does his whole sniffing thing. Yeah. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Things are definitely getting cooler up on the mountain now. It's a little chilly right now. Fortunately, I have some sun blasting me in the face. But it feels good, even though there's a slight chill in the air. We come out here and ponder the universe, guys. We think about how fortunate or how lucky we are to be up here and, well, not down there in society. I think we're at the point where, it's safe to say garbage in, garbage out. And boy, oh boy, is there a lot of garbage out there. Oh, look what I just found laying right next to me. Look, Ranger, look, there's a bone, buddy. It's like that's dry. I need goo and juice and meat on it. Anyways, garbage in, garbage out, guys. So be careful what you consume online and in the news and, television, so on. There's just so much garbage out there. I think what we're looking at is a society that has been fed slop for, let's just say, at least 80 years. We're witnessing the net result of a society intravenously fed slop for the last 80 years. Careful, buddy. Of course, Ranger and I, very little slop up here. Very little slop. That's the way we like it. Hey, buddy. Ish. Hopefully you guys are doing good. Hopefully your preps for winter are done, and those of you living in the tropics, lucky you. I do have fond memories of beach combing and swimming in turquoise ocean water, picking coconuts and just having a grand old time. Look at me now. Look at me now. I'll soon be freezing the family jewels, wondering, why am I up here and not on a tropical island? Of course, you can't have it all, guys. You can't have it all. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Cheers. Hey, Ranger. Hey. I don't know. Ranger. Well, we're perusing the neighborhood here, guys. It's getting a little cold right now. I hear him. Hey, buddy, come here. It's head a little further up. Although I am trying to get back home. Let's get the high ground. You know, he who owns the high ground owns the battle. Let's get some high ground and then we work our way around. Oh, what we have there, guys, is bear poop. Let's not let Ranger get that because he'll roll in it. Okay, come on, buds. Oh ladies, somebody gets a treat today. We got some apples. Apples for the ladies. You girls want some? Oh yeah, nice. Well guys, it's a dreary, overcast day and I'm dressed like Santa's helper right now. Looks like we've got some, we've got another winter storm warning on the way. So supposedly we'll be getting, down, a lot of rain the next few days. So we're gonna have to do a few things. We're gonna drain some water tanks back here, do a little bit of a cleanup, empty some tanks, drain them so they're not overflowing when the rain starts dropping. Look at those colors. Yep, things are changing. Beautiful. All the autumn colors are popping. Temperatures are plunging. Anyways, we got to get some stuff done today. And we'll go from there. What do you say, Ranger? You ready? A little bit of a cleanup. Ranger's ready. Let's get some work done. Ever tried softening water from a lung hose? Okay, well, I don't only sit here holding this. Clearly did not think this plan out before I started. Oh, there we go. That'll work. Okay, let's go see what mess I'm making down there. Oh boy. Hopefully it comes off the roof and takes a little journey down here and that way. That's the plan. The problem with being in a hurry when you build a place is maybe not thinking it through like one should. You know, having a slope behind your house with a roof that drains back to the slope, onto the slope, and then everything moves underneath your cabin, which is just sitting on dirt. Nah, didn't think that one through too well. So everything that's up here goes underneath here. So we're going to drain this tank. We really don't want it overflowing. I've had it overflowing before and had streams appear on the underside of the cabin on the front side. Not good. So don't do like me, all right? Okay, keep it draining. So the last few chunks that I need to split. They got a little wet though, so Let them dry out as much as possible and get them split. Thanks, buddy. Ready? Go. Good boy. Yeah. You ready? Ready to go get it? Go! Go get it! Hey, go get it! Oh, you're done now? Okay. I guess we're done. Well, rain's coming down. Thought I would check our little trenching job over here. We working? Oh yeah. We're moving water. It's going where it's supposed to be going. Good stuff. Okay. Time to fire up the old generator and do some internet stuff. Got some video footage to edit and get ready for the stream. Let's go. Okay, I think we're back. Hopefully we're back. Let me know, folks, in chat if the audio is good. And I'm just going to let Ranger out. Buddy, you need to go outside again? Hang on a sec, folks. I'll be back. Come on, I'm going to go outside. No? Okay, move. Oh yeah, I'm going to get up here. I don't know what you want to do, mate. Okay, we're back and I got the pretty lights on. Come, sit down, sit. Ranger, it's not your show, mate. It's my show. Okay, maybe it is the Off-Grid Warrior and Ranger show. I don't know what your deal is, mate, but you're stealing the spotlight. Sit. I don't know what you're up to. It's weird. Okay, guys. Apologies. I know that's so unprofessional. I'm back. Okay, we got the chat running now. We should be good to go. Did I miss anything? Yeah, Stephen, you asked me about chainsaws. Yeah, you know, I found those three sizes kind of cover it all. When I'm traveling in winter, particularly on the snowmobile or in my vehicle, I don't want to be carrying around a large chainsaw with me. Like anything 400 and up gets kind of big to have in a vehicle, if you don't have a pickup truck, that is. So I found the little, I don't know if it's a 160 or 180 that I have is perfect for, you know, either having in the sled with me when I'm snowmobiling or, you know, on the passenger floor side of my van. So it's just easier to carry around the smaller one. The smaller one works well with bucking limbs and all that. Again, I don't want to be carrying around a larger chainsaw when I just need to do small work. So it's nice to have that range. I could probably get away with just one chainsaw, but over the years I've managed to end up with three, so I'm kind of lucky. It's I think a good policy to have at least one small-ish chainsaw and then something that's more of a workhorse. I'm gonna let Ranger out. Sorry guys, he's doing the wine thing again. You want to head out? Okay, we're back. Okay. Apologize if I missed any chats or any questions. Feel free to drop them in now if you have any questions. Yeah, Stephen. I forgot now. Was it Stephen or Stefan? We're going with Stephen. Yeah. Snow in winter is what I depend on. All my water that I use for showering and washing dishes is melted snow in winter. Of course, there's that awkward period of when we're transitioning from late autumn and the freeze starts happening and we don't have snow yet. I have to drain my water tanks before things start to freeze. So there's always a time frame there of not having water and no snow yet. So it can be a little bit challenging. But mostly in winter, I cook with, clean with snow, melted snow. I still haul my drinking water though. Push comes to shove, I have no problem drinking filtered snow water. I don't have a problem there. But for now, I just haul water, drinking water. Okay. You have a 310 over 20 years old and never let me down. Yeah, if you look after your gear, it'll last. Obviously, depending on how often you use it. I know guys who work hard with chainsaws. Maybe they're cutting professionally. Sometimes, chainsaws are a tool and they may not last as long. But if you kind of casual cutting or seasonal cutting, if you look after your chainsaw, it's going to last a long time. I only run. I know as a I was going to say poor man. I already stopped saying that. As an economy man, I probably should just run regular fuel, but I just insist. There's something about I found over the years running ethanol-free, high-octane fuel the best for chainsaws and small engines in general. But when it comes to my chainsaws, I only put in ethanol high-octane. No ethanol high-octane in them, and that's worked for me over the years. Hotel Alpha, wow, nice gutter. Yeah, I know it's pretty pro. Okay, where are we? Oh, that's it for questions, guys. Did I miss something? That's all we have? Thought we had some more questions there. Did I miss something in the back? Did I say hello to mainly off-grid? I see he's here. He tends to, or she tends to pop in. He, now and then. Good to see you. Oregon Fur, did I say hello to you? Hello, if I didn't. Who else? Did I miss anyone? Just the usual suspects. Pure gas or no gas? From the gas professional, Mr. Gas. Yeah, I don't know. I do the same for my generator, guys. Even though it costs more, I really depend on these things to run. And so, yeah, generator and chainsaws, it's only high octane, ethanol free. I don't know. If things continue the way they are, I'm going to have to figure out how to run these things with... Oh, got bright all of a sudden. I'm going to have to figure out how to run these things on fresh air or water. So those are my automatic lights. How high tech am I? I think I'm gonna turn them off. Sorry guys. Yeah, the good old Amazon. I think these lights. There were two lights that came with a small solar panel, and the batteries for the lights are internal in the lights themselves. They're two LED lights. They hang from the ceiling and, they come on automatically and I've never been able to figure out how to stop that. I lost the paperwork when I bought the lights. I kind of threw away the manual. And so I have no idea with this remote control how to turn the automatic feature off. It's kind of annoying. But yeah, I think they were like maybe $40, these lights. They work really well. I run them off my solar generator, off some batteries, and they do a great job. But they're very bright right now. Let's turn them off. There we go. And of course, the other thing is sometimes I lose the remote control for these lights, and there is no physical switch anywhere on the system except the remote control. So that's another annoying thing when I lose the remote control and can't turn my lights on or off. So that's a design flaw, I would say. The lighting is optimal for video. Yeah, family plan. I like the mystery, the mysterious look as opposed to the burning out my eyeballs look. There we go. We'll have to go with that. Now you're mysterious again. Yeah, I like it. Anyways, we're in that transition time of the year up here where, temperatures are starting to go down, and we, start to think about the white stuff. And so I'd say most of my winter preps are done. Firewood is done and out of the way. Of course, you can never have enough firewood. I think if I spotted something that was convenient to cut and take and haul, I would probably do it right now. But I would say for the most part, I'm good to go as far as firewood for the season goes. I burn very little firewood up here. I would say I use a cord and a half at the most. And that's not used. Actually, that's what I like to have on hand going into winter, a cord and a half. And I'm pretty frugal with my wood usage. My rule used to be only when it gets 39 degrees inside do I start a fire, but obviously I'm getting a little soft as I mature. And I think this year we'll probably start making fires in the low 40s inside. So it's 39 degrees outside right now and 65 inside, so I'm feeling pretty toasty. So yeah, I use very little wood, guys. I don't need to be toasty warm all the time. I prefer to layer up in here when it gets cold. I just put a couple layers of socks on and some sweater pants and a jacket, and I'm fine with that. It really doesn't bother me being a little cold. Of course, when I start to see ice form on the inside of the door, we'll start a fire. Whispering Vine Studio, it's going to be a long, cold winter, I believe. Yeah, Whispering Vines, you're the second person that's maybe said that to me. I spoke to an old-timer who's lived in this area for very long, well, his entire life, and he said to me, he thinks we're going to have a longer, colder winter today, this season. So I don't know. We'll see. Again, I'm pretty frugal with my firewood, and I do have an emergency stash outside. A few rounds that aren't split, so I keep that, and they're big rounds, and I believe they Doug firs. Big rounds like such. And they're under a top right now. I have about 6 of them. So, if we get to desperation, I'll split my, emergency pile. My biggest challenge in winter out here and the way I've designed this structure. Design is a very, I don't know if design is the correct word. The way I cobbled my mountain shack together. I put myself in a situation where when we get a lot of snow, I have to work really hard with keeping it off, 3 different slopes, 3 different roof slopes in different angles, very close to the sides of the cabin. I work a lot to keep snow cleared off the roof and away from the cabin. So that's my biggest chore during winter. It's not really staying warm. It's just for the safety of my cobbled shack, I have to move snow not just off the roof, but away from the cabin. So it gets a little brutal with snow moving for me through winter. By brutal, I mean fun. Challenging and fun. You know what I mean. Oregon Fur, you still using the Grizzly stove. Oregon Fur, no, I'm not using the Grizzly stove right now. It's, I still have it, actually. I have it in some totes. I was looking at the parts required for it yesterday, and just making sure I have everything still together in one place for it. Yeah, the Grizzly is a great little stove, guys. For those of you who don't know, the Grizzly stove is this little tiny square cube-like wood stove. And, you know, it's, in a way, it's a novelty stove. And when I say novelty, maybe that's the incorrect word. It's a real wood stove. Let's just say it's tiny and it's cute, but it's not really a workhorse. In a day-to-day, everyday need wood heat situation. And I can say that with a little bit of experience too. Yeah, the Grizzly is not used currently, but, you know, it's I hang on to it for future projects. Let me actually share something with you guys, because I recently just... I've been updating my website with some older posts, and I think I recently restored an old post about the Grizzly for those of you interested in tiny wood stoves. Let's see if I can pull it up here. Solo, where did it go? Oh, here it is. Okay, so in the chat right now, I'm pasting a link to an old video and post. That is the Grizzly wood stove, cubic wood stove, something like that. It's a super fun stove. It's the real deal, guys. It might look tiny and cute, but it is a real stove, and it works pretty well. It's just not. It's not big enough for my cabin, even though this is a tiny cabin. It's not big enough. And the problem with a stove that size, guys, is you stoke it up and it's whatever's in there is burnt in 2 hours. So you have to keep on putting wood in there every 2-3 hours to keep it going and keep it heating you. So that's why it's not really you know, feasible for living with through winter evenings. It's possible, but it would be a challenge, as you can see in the video. Anyways, where were we? I have space heaters, can't afford oil, won't turn wood stove until it's below 30. You have space heaters. I don't know, Stephen, are those space heaters those are ones that are still electrical, that have oil in them? I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt the best heat is wood heat in my books. Even if I had electricity up here, guys, I would not... I mean, I'd probably insist on having wood heat. Actually, I know a lot of people who do live out rural off-grid that have electrical, and they use wood heat during winter. It's more economical. It's just better. The only downside with wood heat in a small space is for some people it can dry you out. You tend to get a dry throat or dry, you know, nose. You know, if you're not used to it, and sleeping overnight with wood heat can cause some issues. But I find if I put a pot of water on my wood stove with the lid off, so we're kind of heating water and it's giving off steam, that puts a little bit of moisture in there, because that's typically what some folks struggle with wood heat is when you dry out, it's because it's taking all the moisture out of the air. It's a very dry heat. So a pot of water on the wood stove giving off some moisture is a good way to go, especially in small spaces. I'm an expert at running I'm an expert at running wood stoves in tiny areas, and that's one way to get around the dryness of wood heat. Mike 47, P47, thank you. And I don't know why I'm saying thank you. Good evening. Welcome. Good to see you. Where are we? Oh, yeah, the grizzly wood stoves in a van or some kind of mobile trailer setup would be perfect. Would be perfect. They are electric, but I only use wood in the winter. Gotcha. Well, it's good to have options, guys. I attempted when I was living in that small shelter that you see, the link that I just shared. I spent a winter in a tiny little what I called my upside down Viking ship shelter, and I attempted a couple ways to survive in there. One was using a Mr. Heater propane heater, the little Mr. Heater, and I attempted that, and then eventually the grizzly wood stove in there, which was great, but it was challenging. The problem I found with the Mr. Heater, the propane heat, is although they say that's indoor safe, the Mr. Heaters, I think for the most part they may be, but I actually got a carbon monoxide alarm with that little digital display. And when I was running that Mr. Heater inside my little shelter, I had above normal carbon monoxide readings, even though supposedly the Mr. Heater or the Buddy Heater is indoor safe. I was getting high levels of carbon monoxide in there. So I don't know. That's just my own personal experience. I think I did a video about that. You can find that video somewhere in my older videos with me showing the actual carbon monoxide readings after using the Buddy Heater. So, obviously with wood heat, you don't have that. Just make sure your door's closed. The door is closed on your wood stove when you sleep. Oh, yeah. Where are we? I got Ranger whining outside, guys. I got to let him in. Hang on. Okay, get up. Lay down. I don't know what your deal is, mate. You got those weird eyes again. Is there something out there? Yeah, we've had quite a bit of activity out here lately, guys. It's this time of the year. Anytime there's seasonal shifts in weather, climate, temperature, that's typically when animals start moving. They change. Where they bed down starts to change, and their routine changes on those temperature shifts. So we've had some critters around here, as you saw. Some bear poop. I've had bear around here lately. So rangers on edge. I think the last couple nights something's been out there. I suspect a bear. Haven't seen it though, but just my spidey senses tell me we have potentially a curious bear around. Okay. Vegetable soup on top of wood stove instead of water. That's the best way to do a stew, Mr. Gas. A nice beefy stew. Just slow cooking it on a wood stove is the best. It's the simple things in life, guys and gals, Less is more. Whispering Vine Studio, the little wood stove would be great for a small workshop. Yeah, Whispering Vines, it would. I mean, the workshop would have to be pretty small. And, the only, like I say, the real downside with that is just having to stoke it every couple hours. Doesn't matter what wood you put in there. It's just such a tiny box that you need to, stay on it to keep it going. Mike P47, I use the Mr. Heater Buddy in my tiny camping trailer in the fall. Just run it for 5 to 10 minutes before bed and then put outside. Also in the morning to get dressed and such. Yeah. It's look, I don't have a problem with those buddy heaters. They do great. I would just say be careful running them for extended periods in tiny or areas that aren't well ventilated. It's just my personal opinion through experience. Mike P47. We also use them at work when it gets really cold. Insulated fishing tent around the telecom cabinet with one running inside. Yeah, that makes sense. Those are good scenarios to run them in. I did do the stealth trailer experiment for a couple years. I bought a cargo trailer and spent some time, converted it to a little camping trailer, and I used the buddy heater in that. The other downside about propane heat, guys, depending on the environment, but propane can create a lot of moisture as well. So if you're living in a metal box through a winter where the walls and the windows get icy cold and you're using propane heat, you're going to get a lot of condensation, more so than usual. You're going to get ice on the inside when it cools down after using propane. So, there's pros and cons to every heating methodology. And it depends on the scenario, the environment, the temperature. I would say the most challenging winter experiment for me has probably been being in a metal box through winter. And by metal box, I mean a little cargo trailer or small camper, aluminum sides, metal sides, not very well insulated, running on propane. Sometimes those scenarios have been pretty challenging, just with condensation and such. I use my buddy heater also, running it off a large tank to chill off mostly. Yeah, Kevin, that's what I did. I had my buddy heater hooked up to a larger propane bottle. You can get the little connectors that can facilitate that. Those buddy heaters are great. I'm not putting them down or saying don't get them. I'm just saying be careful depending on your scenario. Natal, do you still have the quail? Yes, I do, Natal. I don't know. I'm definitely getting soft, guys. The quail need to go. I have one more small bucket of food for them, and after that, I'm not buying any more quail food, and I'm not looking after quail that do not lay eggs through another winter. My focus is feeding myself and my dog and the chickens. Unfortunately, the chickens have been very unproductive. They haven't been laying. I'm not happy about that. Again, I'm feeding these chickens that aren't really producing for me, which is problematic. So I got to make a decision there too. Anyways, and the quail have to go. Yeah, anybody want quail, you have to come pick them up though. Where I live has a propane heater mounted on the wall and vented outside. It makes decent heat, but a lot of moisture. I can see it on the windows, yeah. Yeah, if you're running propane heat inside a small space in frigid conditions, the best way to do that is with good ventilation, which is something you don't want in frigid, cold conditions. But you've got to find that medium. And I'm not talking about running propane for 5 minutes, going to bed, and then when you wake up again. But if you're really running propane, you're going to have to figure out ventilation, airflow, and find that balance between letting cold, frigid air in and losing your warm air. Natal, I will babysit your chicken in for the winter. Okay, done deal. We'll chat about that. Thank you. Mr. Gas, time to trade the old hens in for new young chicks. Yeah, Mr. Gas, they are young girls. Okay, maybe the one old girl that's been, well, she's not that old. She's only 3 years. That's not old. and the other ones are less than 2 years. So they're all young. Even the rooster is young. Everybody should be just popping out eggs left, right, and center. But actually, the best layer to date was my older hen, 3 years. She's actually been the best layer. The others that I got seemed to be good-ish when they came of age for a very brief hot second. The young girls, they started laying. Actually, one I suspect never laid out of the girls, and then they just went from sporadic to none. And this isn't my first rodeo with chickens, folks. I've had them for many years, and not these ones, but chickens. So I know good layers and bad layers, and I don't know, this batch was the worst I've ever got. They just have not been good performers. Says Chicken Pro Off-Grid Warrior. I'm not a chicken pro, but yeah, I do have a few years under my belt. Stephen, need new stock of chickens. Our old ones stopped laying. Yeah, my chickens are all young, guys. They're young, fresh ladies. Young, fresh. Mr. Gasgas, my girls have not been laying very well. Yeah, I've never had this problem with chickens, guys. A dozen different batches over the years, over the last 10 years, and these 4 that I got were like, what's the dealio, ladies? They were gorgeous hens when they arrived, young girls, really healthy looking, but just never produced well for me. Best suggestion is get a dozen or 2 for when they slow down. Plus, give them more protein treats. Yeah. Well, Kevin, I've tried a few tricks with them. One was adding vinegar to their water, which I tried. That didn't help. Chili flakes, which I tried at a different time too. I've been told that encourages laying at times. So I tried the chili flakes, and they get worms, black soldier fly larvae and mealworms. I have a large bag somebody was kind enough to purchase for me, and they get a handful every day, and they get pretty high protein feed. So the only thing I will say they do lack is probably greens. I can't free range my chickens, my hens, guys, because I have a lot of birds of prey here. I'm in an area that has a lot of eagles. Eagle alley. I have eagles flying overhead almost every single day, especially through spring and summer and even autumn. There's always hawks up in the sky, and quite often they circle above the chicken coop. I have an outdoor area, as you guys know. The chickens can run outdoors even though they're not outdoors, but I often have birds of prey just doing circles above the chicken coop. So if I start free-ranging these chickens, they're not going to last very long. And that's just what's in the sky. I have a lot of critters in the woods out here that'll take out chickens pretty quick. So that's why I kind of have to keep them under lock and key, so to speak. So they could probably do with more greens. I'd love to free-range the girls, but it's just not an option. So I'm not sure. It's just a bad batch, I'm guessing. Yeah. I've tried. Maybe they just need a new environment and green grass. I think green grass goes a long way. And some roaming. Anyways. That's a lot of chicken talk there. So yeah, the winter preps are mostly done, guys. Like I say, wood is done, and most of the loose stuff laying around the cabin is being picked up. All the stuff you don't want getting covered with snow has all been picked up. And so the next thing here I'll be doing I need to pull out all my beetroot and start pickling and jarring those. So that'll be happening maybe in the next video. We'll have some pickled beets. Clicking around here. Grass and insects, yeah. Mother Nature, that's what everybody needs, including critters. They need good, natural, healthy food. And so I do through the spring months and summer, I try to pull weeds. Anytime I get a juicy plant or weed growing around here, I pull it out of the ground and give it to the girls. So it's not like they have a complete lack of greens, but nothing beats free-ranging your chickens for sure. Rapunzel chickens lay no eggs, I guess. Rapunzel. Remind me what Rapunzel is? What's that story, Natal? I'm missing the connection there between Rapunzel and no eggs. What about a chicken tractor? That's a great idea, Mr. Gas. It's possible. I would have to do my twist on the chicken tractor because I don't have any flat ground right here. Everything's on a slope and pretty much uneven. I think what I'd have to do is just, instead of having something that I can physically tractor, is maybe have some kind of netting that I can put out, construct, and then put the chickens in during the day and then take them out during the evening. And maybe, when they go through that little section of ground or grass, then picking it up and moving it somewhere else, putting it down, and just maybe sort of moving a system like that around the little hillside here. I think next year I may experiment with something like that. That would be good. Give them a fresh patch of green to scratch around on. I love the traditional chicken tractor idea of being able to, when you have some flat ground, is just every couple days move it, drag it to a green section, and then continue. But that's just challenging with the ground that I have here. But I need to do something like that. And I also just want to put a thank you to, I had some folks send me some dog food, which I'm very grateful for. So, I'm not sure if they're on stream right now or maybe listening. I just want to thank you for that dog food. It's a huge help right now. A huge burden somewhat has been lifted with, having a few months couple months at least of dog food. So I'll be checking in at the end of this month, maybe early this week coming up. I may need to go into town, and I'm going to check at the animal shelter and see if Mr. Scout has been adopted. I'm really hoping he has been adopted, because I'd made myself a promise that if I go back there and he's not adopted, that I'd take him again. Which is really wouldn't be a good decision, but I think I'll be compelled to do so if I still see him at the animal shelter. So I'm going to check in and make sure he's been adopted. But that's another topic. Rapunzel, throw down your hair. The girls are locked up. Gotcha. Yeah, so what's up, Mr. Ranger? You can see Ranger's just hanging out of here. You can see the fly strip at the window over there. We had a little bit of a like we do most years. The flies came a little late this time of the year. And what I found really strange is that every time I think the flies are kind of gone, they reappear. So no, it's not very attractive having a fly strip hanging up in your stream, but some things are necessary. There we go. Flies and the stink bugs. We have these stink bugs up here, guys, that doesn't matter how well sealed your the inside of your house is, they get in. And they don't smell great when you squish them. So we had to deal with flies and stink bugs this year, and they came late. Yeah, Ranger is, I don't know, so far he's been okay-ish, well-behaved. As long as I let him up on the bench now, we created a monster during these streams with letting him get up here for the stream. I had very strict rules for the first couple years up here. No dogs on beds. I still don't allow dogs on beds. And no dogs on the bench over here. But with the streaming, we let him up here once, and then it was all downhill from there. He literally knows now when I start setting up the stream and I pull the mic out and I pull the webcam down and set it up, he starts to get anxious. He wants up on the bench. So, and as soon as the music starts to the intro, he tries to climb up here. So he knows the deal now. Hotel Alfalfa, if you run out of food and get desperate, there's always that fly strip, I guess. Yeah, Hotel Alpha. I save all my fly strips for snacks during winter. Gross. Yeah, on that note, guys, I'm not a big fan of doing the shilling, but if anybody is able to help out or support the channel, I've just dropped a link in chat. If you click that link, you'll be able to, support the channel. And it really does help, guys. As you may know, there is no income besides donations from you guys. There is no retirement. There is no stash of cash in a briefcase anywhere. So if anybody's able to help out to support the channel, please take a look at that link, and any help is great. So thank you. Okay, shilling done. Whispering Vines at Oregon Fur. Yes, the stink bugs hit us this year. No idea how they sneak inside worse when they suddenly fly past your head. Oregon Fur, I actually woke up one morning and I kind of rolled onto my side there, and I opened an eye. The first thing I saw was this massive stink bug right on my shoulder, right here, right over here, just sitting there on my arm shoulder. I don't know how long he had been there, just hanging out, listening to me breathe, I guess. But yeah, gross. Yeah, I went into my trailer about a week ago. I have this old cargo trailer, the stealth camper that I parked down at the bottom of the valley, and I went in there the other day just to take a look at things, and man, the stink bugs had somehow got in there. And the trailers are pretty well sealed. I've actually sealed the doors and put gaskets on the back rear door, and the windows are all closed, and the stink bugs that were in there was pretty horrific. I have no idea how they get into the places they do. They're crazy little boogers. Whispering Vine Studio, I stay warm by sleeping with my little dog. I know a lot of people are okay with their doggos, sleeping with them. I don't know. I've got a hair thing, a dog hair issue that I have to live with, and so I've decided I like at least one area in my tiny little cabin that doesn't have dog hair on it, and that's my bed. So it's tough being in a small space with a dog, even a short-haired dog. Yeah, I'm always sweeping and dusting everything with dog hairs. But hey, Whispering Vines, that's great. That's great. Family plan, those stink bugs are as clumsy as they are persistent. Yeah. They have no problem being stood on. I walk around here barefoot inside, and every now and again I noticed one or two of them that have been crushed underfoot. Ew. Kevin, stink bugs like like attaching to your clothes, so they bring them in unexpectedly. Yeah, I realized if I hung a towel outside, if I hung any kind of fabric or dog bed or sheet or jacket outside, that I need to give it a thorough shake off, because yeah, for some reason they just are attracted to any kind of fabric or material. I found they just, it's nice and cozy for them. Okay, how long we've been going here? It is 7:20. We started at 6. So we can go a little bit longer as long as you guys are hanging out and asking questions. You know, contrary to popular belief, I'm not the world's greatest talker, and I really I'm usually the quietest guy in a room. Not that I'm often in a room with other folks, but I am that quiet guy. So I depend on you guys to fire the questions and keep me yapping over here. Did I miss any questions on that note? Yeah, so another thing I do a lot of is during winter months, because I'm melting a lot of snow. I pretty much daily I'm outside melting snow in the afternoon, getting ready for my showers and things like that. I only recently brought my outdoor showers inside. For most of the year, at least the spring, summer, and even through autumn, I shower outside with my solar shower bag, which heats up using the sunlight. But I recently brought my shower inside. It's no more showers will be taking place outside, and so we now get into the habit of quite often heating water outside. And so I'll keep some water in. I still have water in the tanks you saw outside. My main black water tank that collects water off this roof, I will try and keep water in that tank for as long as possible. Of course, it needs to be drained before the big freeze hits. So, this time of the year too, I tend to watch the weather a little more than I usually do. I'm not really a weather report watcher guy. I don't really care what the weather is. It is what it is. I can't change it. But any signs of the big freeze, I need to be on top of that because I need to drain that tank. So right now we still have water in that tank. We still have shower water, but no snow yet. So hopefully when I do the final draining of that tank, hopefully it's not too long after that we get snow. But it doesn't typically happen like that. So I know, princess problems, guys. Princess problems. I know a lot of folks out there worrying about things like mortgages and car payments and whether or not they can afford health insurance and office drama. I worry about things like not having shower water and feeding myself and my dog. But mainly this time of the year, I'm starting to think about warm showers, guys. Oregon fir. Luckily, stink bugs were going on the rotting apples on the ground, so they smelt pretty good this fall. But it makes me wonder what they eat when they stink. I actually find that actual stink. I don't find it. I don't find it gross. It's almost like a chemical. My nose just says chemical smell. It's not a smell that kind of grosses me out. It's not a smell that I love either or want. But I don't. Maybe I don't know about the bugs where you are, but up here, they're more of an annoyance to me than an actual stink. Even when I do crush them. Yeah. But no apples up here. Unfortunately, I wish we could grow apples up here. But you think they actually smell different when they've been on apples? Stephen, will you be smoking any meat soon? Probably not soon, Stephen. Let's just say I need things to get a little bit cooler before I have any kind of meat hanging. Let's just say, right? I don't have a big cooler, so I can't keep a lot of meat. And I need the temperatures to be nice and cold outside before I have meat hanging anywhere to smoke. But I won't. I don't have any plans anytime soon here. Actually, right now I don't have anything in my cooler. There is no meat around here. I do have a couple pieces of bacon left. So, but yes, Stephen, I will be smoking meat when I'm able to hang meat safely outside, if you know what I mean. All temperature dependent out here. That's really why I built my smokehouse, is so I built it looking like a outhouse with that height, so I could hang large pieces of meat in there and smoke them. That's the plan. I actually haven't done any large pieces of meat this year to date, but I'm hoping to. We just need temperatures to get even lower. But yeah. I do love smoking and curing my biltong. I don't know, some of you guys may have seen the videos I've put out with me curing meat in there. It's a fast cure. It takes 3 or 4 days to, kind of make beef jerky. I call it biltong. Essentially, it's a beef jerky that's dehydrated, a little bit of smoked, and then dried in that little smoker that I have. My outhouse smoker. Who are you trying to kid, OGW? That smoked meat doesn't last long enough for it to need storage. Well, when you do the small pieces of meat that I've been doing this season, you're absolutely right. Guys, I smoke like a brisket in there. Well, I do strips, right? I cut strips of the meat. I cure them. I do some kind of vinaigrette and dry rub on the meat, and then I essentially hang small strips of meat in there, and I'm such a meat fan that on day 3 or 4 I start eating what's hanging in there, and by day 5 it's all gone. It's like I can't keep meat around that's delicious and ready to be eaten. It just, I'll start eating it when it's not even quite ready to be eaten. I start eating it. Desperate times call for desperate measures, gentlemen. But yes, you're right, Family Plan. It's like meat does not get stored here once it's smoked. It just gets eaten straight away. I'm going to head out, OGW. Everyone have a great night. Hey, Hotel Alpha, good to see you. And yeah, appreciate you hanging out. Hopefully all is well for you, and you have a good winter up in your neck of the woods. We'll see you next time. Cheers. Yeah, when the apples are being picked over by the deer, the stink bugs come and join them. They're small. Their smell depends on their diet. Pop them near the cows and phew. Really? Interesting. Yeah, they always just smell the same to me. I guess the stink bugs up here have very little variety. It's like pine needles, pine cones, trees, evergreens. Very few in between plants. Nothing, no large leaf plants up here. No cattle. Well, there are deer. No fruits, no apples, no wild fruits. This time of year, they all just smell like some kind of chemical, some pungent chemical to me. Anyways, what else? Okay, did I miss anything, guys? We may start winding down now if we don't have any more questions coming in. So a little favor to ask, if anybody is able to. I have been working on my website. It's work in progress, guys and gals. And I would like to eventually stream some content straight to my website. And so I have chat and live video on my website as opposed to YouTube. I won't get into the reasons why. But right now I need some testers. Anybody willing to test the site, particularly the chat? I'm putting a link in now, offgridwarrior.com. If anybody's willing to sign up on the website and just use the chat, I'll put another link in there. I'm just trying to fine-tune the website and make sure it works. So eventually we can do some... I'm not completely going to get off YouTube, but I would like to have half of my content there. There's a lot of things I'd like to do, but, YouTube is kind of restrictive with having music on a video or certain topics discussed. I just don't want to run afoul, and if I can do all of that on my own website, that would be better. So if you guys want to go over to offgridwarrior.com/TV and sign up there, I control everything. I'm not going to sell your information or give your email address out. And any chats that do occur on that chat feature are deleted. I delete them. I don't keep anything, nothing stored on my end. So if anybody's willing to go out there, sign up, create an account. Check your junk mail, by the way, when you do sign up and for chat, you will get an email that tells you how to log in. Check your spam or trash folder, all right? So if any of you can help me out with that, a little bit of testing there, I'd appreciate it. Whispering Vines Studio, good night all. Have a great week. Thank you, Whispering Vines. Appreciate you hanging out and watching tonight. Hopefully you have a good week too, and all is well for you. Well, catch you later. Thank you. Tomahawk. Mr. Tomahawk comes in right towards the end, sir. Good evening to you. Mike P47, I think we tested a couple of weeks ago, seemed to work. Yeah, Mike P, I have made some changes to the chat, some stuff in code that you may not be able to see, but I still kind of need tested. If anybody can, just go and post a message there, log in. I'm checking some stuff in the background just to make sure it's working. So if you have a couple minutes, if you could just maybe test the chat again and let me know if you notice anything weird. Thank you, though, Mike P. I appreciate that. Any new features? I had some features that some issues that you probably didn't notice with it refreshing, and sometimes it was doubling up on the chat, and it was infrequent. It was doing some strange things, Mike, that you may not have noticed. There's no new features since then, but I try to fix some background issues, so that's why I'm hoping you guys can test it again. But if you have any ideas to let me know. I'm kind of limited with my development skills, so I can't do anything too fancy. So, yeah, a little bit, some testing would go a long way. Well, we got here. Tomok, none of my comments show up on your screen. That's not good, Mr. Tomok. What are you talking about? Oh, wait, hang on, guys. I apologize. I see some of you guys have actually gone over. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the screen. Okay, wham! I've got you over there. When you see ice inside, spark up the fire. Dark Brandon was calling for a long, dark winter last year. Who knows? Gotcha. Chats for the chatbots. Mike P47. Thank you, guys. I'm asking you to, I'm asking you to be testers, and I'm not even watching the screen. So, thank you. I have to do this on my tablet. Good evening. I see there. Wham. Good evening, Mike and Mike P. He's replying. Okay. That's great, guys. I appreciate that. I thought you were a bot. So, Mike P47, if you wouldn't mind, if you go into your account, your administrative section, you should be able to change your avatar. If you could maybe upload some kind of avatar there instead of the default one, I'd like to test that because Wham's the only person that's changed their avatar. If you can upload some avatar and test that, I'd appreciate that. Because that's a little bit of coding I had to do myself to get that in there. And again, I'm not a pro, so let me know if you're able to change your avatar and it makes sense. Okay, where were we? Can you put up a link for us dummies? Mr. Gas, did you get that link I just put up there? Oh, wait, hang on, that's wrong. Ignore that link, guys. Let me remove that. Okay. We've got a link in there now, offgridwarrior.com/TV. Okay, where are we? Getting a little sidetracked here. Kevin says I have to register again. So, Kevin, I've done a couple major changes, one of which has been if you signed up the very first time I asked you guys to test, I deleted that database and the entire chat app and then had to reinstall. So it's possible if you signed up the first time that you have to do it again. That's on me because I deleted everybody when I was trying to fix everything. So Ken, if you wouldn't mind doing that again, if that is the case, are you using Kevin the same name on offgridwarrior.com? Okay, Mike P47, Avatar seems to work. Okay, great. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it, mate. That's awesome. Okay, we're back to Tomahawk, and none of my comments show on your screen. Tomahawk, which screen are you talking about? Screen on your computer and comments. I mean, I'm reading your comments right now if you're talking about YouTube. Tomahawk, I can see you on YouTube just fine. Family Plan, Kevin, I think it got updated and we had to re-register, okay. 10-4, you got that. Mike P47, I've had that happen to me, usually something that was censored out by AI. Yes, YouTube, you are just seeing them. So, yeah, Tomahawk, I can see you just fine on YouTube. And I think Mike P might have, a good comment there. If you've put any sort of comment that YouTube doesn't like, it may have been disappeared, or maybe you're on a YouTube list that disappears you. Tomahawk, you've been chatting for a while. Oh. Yeah, so Tomahawk, the first message that I saw of yours, I just saw WTF. So that's the first one that popped up. Anyways, guys, I think what I'm going to do is finish the stream for this evening on YouTube. Shut her down. What I'm going to do is hang out on offgridwarrior.com/TV for a while. I'll be there if you want to, be spicy. Let's do that over there instead of on YouTube. Tomahawk, I'm not sure if you have re-signed up on my site, offgridwarrior.com/TV. If you need help, let me know and I'll send you a link. But I think for now, guys, we're going to shut down. I see the viewers and a lot of people have left the stream. So I think for now, guys, I want to thank everybody who's hung out on the stream. I appreciate you guys. And we'll shut her down and I'll be on offgridwarrior.com/TV for a little while after this. So there you go. Ranger's got his eyes closed. I'm going to have to make another coffee. I'm going to have to go outside and heat some water up, but I'll be in chat on offgridwarrior.com, guys. So that's it. Thank you, guys. Family Plan, appreciate you, mate. And we'll chat soon. We'll shoot for next week again, all right, guys and gals. All right, have a good week, everyone. And Ranger and I will see you next weekend.